We got to within 1 block of the World Trade Center. Got out of the truck, grabbed the gear. I mean, you can see in the video, we get to the towers. You can see that I look up, and you can see the expression on my face. I mean, I'm just horrified. I'm in awe. I'm horrified. You couldn't imagine this. You know, you look up and you see One World Trade Center with your eyes, but you don't see One World Trade Center in your mind. You see 2 buildings on fire.
And as we came through here, I think that's when I understood what was happening. That's when I started to see the debris. That's when I started to understand what was happening.
It's all, you know, still very vivid to me 20 years later. You know, 20 years later, I can hear the sounds. I almost feel like I can smell that smell of that day, the smoke, things burning. You don't forget that, ever. And the firemen were all gathered in this area here.
Exactly where we were. Right there.
Yeah, so this is it.
It is. I can hear it. I can still hear it. But we were standing right there, and that's where we shot the 2 stand-ups.
When you get that close to a story, you assume that you're not going to be able to stay there for too long. All right, take 1 and 2. So I said to Marty, I said, well, look, while we're here, why don't I shoot something on camera? He's like, great idea, let's do that. So, take 1.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the 2 towers. Debris continues to fall and to rain on the people below.
I do take 1 and I don't like it.
Take 2.
I said, okay, take 2.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the 2 towers. A huge explosion now, raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way.
There's this roar that you never forget.
It was you, the firefighters who were here, and I remember tilting up, and it wasn't until I opened up my left eye is when my world changed. Because my brain became one solid sphere of survival. But I knew I was going to perish. I knew it. And that is what has hurt me through the years, is I saw my own death. I saw the end.
So while Marty's still shooting, I turn around and there's a door to an office building. If that door was locked, if there was no door, if I had to run for half a block, I wouldn't be here. Marty wouldn't be here. That video would be the last that you ever saw of me. So I go through the door, and I've learned to see that door as providential. I've learned to view that door as the door to the rest of my life.
And you know, I guess the big picture for me is I wonder why.
You wonder why we made it? Why we're here? 20 years later?
I
Don't wonder.
don't wonder.
about it.
I know.
Don't wonder. Just put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving. That's what I do. I need to find some kind of good to come out of 9/11, and that's the only way I feel like I can process it. And if 9/11 has made me a more sensitive person, if 9/11 has made me a better journalist, then that's something good that came out of something that's horrible. And that's all I can do. Otherwise, it eats you from the inside out. Otherwise, it becomes corrosive.
It really
I needed
does.
to find a way to process it myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ran from 9/11, and I need to find a way to process it better. I hope at some point I can. But my way of coping with all of this has been to put one foot in front of the other, and not just on 9/11, but every day that came after that for 20 years.